Father can do it. You know, one of the things she said is that I said, is Jesus saying anything to you? And she said, yeah, he's saying he loves me so much. You know, and so if anything, it reinforces just that love that Jesus has and it has with her, and it's been a really cool tool to help her to learn to hear the voice of God. So I encourage you guys that when you spend time with God, to do that yourself, to put on some worship music and just, you know, encounter Jesus and maybe find a hideaway with Jesus, you know, a place to go where you and him can just spend time together and talk. So, yeah, I'll leave you with that. I have plenty of other stories, but I don't know if we have time for them.
Stories can get scary, you know? Oh, I know. Your stories are the scariest. I never know whether to be excited or nervous when John tells the story. I'm like, somebody turn the stream off. No. What? Oh, yeah. So tonight I have a message for you. I have a message for you, and so I'm not going to be super long tonight. I'm going to give an opportunity at the end for us to get prayer and stuff if you need prayer. Allison, while I'm preaching, can you get a hold of Ted and see if he can maybe come back in towards the end, or you can play. Yeah, that's fine. I just didn't know if you'd be comfortable. I'm down. That sounds great. On the keyboard. But towards the end, I want to make sure there's enough time for us to have prayer if you need any prayer or if there's something you want prayer for. So I'm not going to preach long. So with that being said, the thing that can mess my message up entirely is if you don't pay attention, then I have to keep repeating things because I say something and you look confused and I go, did you get that? And you go, and then I have to say it again. And so if you'll pay attention and you can lock in with me for a few minutes, then we'll get to this message and I believe God has something for you. Can we do it? Cool. Who remembers what I taught on a couple of weeks ago? Yeah, last time I spoke. Yeah. What was it about? He said, was it about the waves? I said, yes, it was about waves. It was about sound and stuff, remember? Does anybody remember any of my points? Logan? I do think you were here. I think so. It was 2 weeks ago. Anything? No? Nothing? It was about God. That's a good concept. Yes. Yeah, so the premise of the message was that you have to put yourself in the right environment to hear things clearly. You remember? Remember me talking about that and how sometimes the world, you probably weren't here, you were at work. Haley. How sometimes things reflect off the wall and they change the way they sound a little bit, or it gets out of time or out of order, and the first thing a limiter does, step out of God's intended precepts, purposes, and accomplish. He has things, and it's a bunch of baloney to keep. He puts